And with that, let's go ahead and send things out to the Catalina foothills with my colleague Andrew Capasso with why they are keeping things so close to the vest.
Well, Monica, good evening to you. Benjamin Jimenez spent almost 20 years as a homicide investigator for the Tucson Police Department. He says investigators aren't releasing some information here because there are so many moving parts. Jimenez tells me the number of eyes on this case, the victim here, and on top of that, the amount of resources involved are all very significant.
Able to pass through, and you guys were blocking the roadway.
And when you have an innocent victim type case, it takes a little bit more of an importance in people's minds.
Benjamin Jimenez has been on the front lines of many big Tucson cases.
Because of the national known figure in this case and because of the family, it's up there as far as a Tucson important case.
Now tonight, with no sign of Nancy for 5 days and the FBI on the ground, he says there's a lot to look for.
You have a lot of fresh minds. All those fresh minds are coming up with other ideas. You know, did we look at this? Did we look at that? You know, and if we didn't, let's go back.
He says he knows investigators are watching that clock very closely.
As time goes on, it makes it less likely that there's a good outcome to the case, but then again, there's always hope.
And while he knows some on the front lines here,
I worked with a lot of those detectives back in the day on that with the Sheriff's Department. I know they're qualified, they're good detectives.
He says the intensity of this is picking up quickly.
The urgency is the fact that she's elderly.
And I asked Jimenez about investigators putting up crime tape here behind me yesterday, days after releasing the home back to the family. He says it's not very uncommon an occurrence, especially with more investigators and more agencies involved. Now, here at the house, things have been very quiet through the day, despite the FBI saying they would make a return appearance. You might be able to see this white SUV in the driveway. There's also a dog here on the property. We don't think they're investigators, but it's not a dog that you would typically associate with being an investigator. There were two people talking here in the driveway for a little bit, but again, not expected to be part of the investigation, but something we're going to keep an eye on. We're also waiting for the FBI to make an appearance, as they said they would in that press conference. We'll keep watching it all for you. Reporting live in the Catalina foothills, I'm Andrew Capasso, News 4 Tucson. Sean, back over to you.
All right, lots of information out there as they continue to sift through all of the clues. Nancy Guthrie is described as 5 feet 5 inches tall, 150 pounds. She has brown hair and blue eyes. We're told that Nancy Guthrie is in frail health and is without her daily medications, which she needs to survive. And if you have any information, you're asked to call the FBI. That number to reach them is right there on your screen. It's 1-800-CALL-FBI. And if you'd like to watch that full news conference and for our continuing coverage on the ongoing search for Nancy Guthrie, be sure and stay with News 4 Tucson on air and on all of our social media platforms, as well as our website, KVOA.com/Nancy Guthrie.